Hello everybody and welcome to the Big Comic Book Pitch. Nice to see you all. I hope you are all well and I hope you will have fun with us. Don't forget we just recorded a quiz, so go and check that out. That was fun, even though Rabbi was cheating the whole time, but there you go. That's what you're up against and you know, but yeah, we'll get you next week, man. We'll get you next week. Well, right, so we've got guests to bring on and I think we better start with the man that owns the channel. Obviously I'm hosting on Rabbi's channel, which always seems a little bit strange and weird, actually hosting on someone else's channel, but there you go, new experiences as they say. So let's bring him on. He's come a very, very long way, in fact all the way from a different planet, and he has came to Earth. I don't know why you'd want to come here, but we do know that he has a fascination with the ladies. So let's bring him on. It's a Rabbi from another planet.
That is very true. Listen, I want to tell you, out in space, they have no poverty, they have no crime, they have no want. But you know what they also don't have? They have no boobies. They have no boobies, and it's a sadder place for it. It's a sadder place for it. So I have made my home here amongst you, terrible savages. Because you know, you may be there may be war, there may be strife, there may be arguing, but there's still boobies. And if there's boobies, I think there's hope. I think there's hope for all of us. Don't you agree?
I do. They always bring us a bit of hope and joy. So before we start, Rabbi, obviously when we bring on guests, even though it is your channel, and I think this part's a bit weird, but however, I would ask you to. If you have anything that you'd like to plug.
No, right now I am going to be doing an Indiegogo soon for. I'm going to be either doing 2 or 3 things I'm offering. I'm not sure, but I got to do a new cover for my graphic novel, Biblical. Well, I think I'm going to start that next week. Yeah. But what can I plug? I want to plug my channel as a platform for people who love making comics, who are normally comic skaters, but yeah, it's basically people who love making comics. That's what I would like to plug my channel for.
Fantastic. Now we do have a couple of guests, but unfortunately I don't have their names in front of me. So what I'm going to actually go and do is, when you bring them on, obviously I know who they are, and then I'll give them an intro. So let's bring on, I don't know who you want to bring on first, so could you please bring on our first guest that's going to
okay, behind door number 1.
We've got Chubb at Mary Boys. Welcome to the show. Live long and prosper, my friend.
Hello. Thank you very much.
I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing good.
Yeah, can't complain. You sound Irish?
I am indeed. I am. I'm from Dublin. I am.
Yep. I'm
in
England. I'm in England, but don't throw me off the channel.
Oh no, you're okay. Listen. I love British people, so you're all right there. Just don't like your Prime Minister, but we won't go there. So obviously you're here with us tonight, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun. But for people that don't know who you are, and for people especially in this chat, some might know who you are. If you'd like to tell them who you are, what you're working on, and where they can go and see your work, most importantly. As Rabbi says, he's a very big supporter of independent comic book creators and all of this, and this is what this is all about. So this is your chance to let everybody know what you do, and if you want to share anything on the stream, I'm sure Rabbi will allow you to screen share as well. So knock yourself out there.
Okay, so I've just had my wife pass me the comics. Well, basically, I'm the creator of Mary Boys, which is an indie comic book. It is comic skates. We did the Indiegogo campaign and launched it, printed it, and the comics are now out there in the ether and still available on Indiegogo. So they exist. It's really.
By the way, no, you'll freaking love this comic. You would love this comic. This is so for you.
Yeah, if you're into 2000 AD, if you like old Mad magazine, then you'll love this. Basically,
It's mental. I'm telling you, no, you would freaking love that comic. It's so made for you. Imagine like lots of Catholicism and violence, right? With like semi-mad magazine artistic style.
Oh,
I
yeah.
enjoy it.
basically, the story is about 4 teenage Knights Templar running amok in modern day Britain. But they're very punk and they drink beer. When they drink beer, they get superhuman strength and speed. And they kick the absolute snot out of anybody they consider to be sinful in order to save their backwater British town from a biblical apocalypse. They've got a sensei who's this alcoholic priest who's in his past life. He had a past life regression, realizing that he was a member of the original order of the Knights Templar. So he trained them up, and taught them how to fight, etc., etc. It's a bit of a mad romp, and it's not politically correct in any shape, way, or form.
No, it's not. It's gloriously politically correct. I have to tell you, it's great.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We like a bit of that because everything is politically correct now. I'm actually sick and tired of it. Like, just make stuff that entertain us. And I think that's why Rabbi brings people on like yourself, because you genuinely want to entertain the people that buy your comics. Is there? Oh, there you go. So there it is. There, obviously, as Rabbi has said, every link will be in the link.
It's already there.
In the chat as well at the same time. But go and check this out, guys. I do love the artwork. I have to say, I do be very fascinated on this when I do these because I don't read comics myself. So that's why Rabbi got me part of this, because he's trying to get me into them. And I have to say, the artwork I've seen so far, absolutely fantastic. I love that kind of style. It's brilliant. Yeah, that you're right. It is something, Rabbi, that I'd probably read. Actually,
It really is mental. You would really love it. I'm telling you.
It's my type of thing. All right.
With Cole's permission, I'll send you the PDF of the first one. It's really cool.
Yes, yeah. Go for it. Yeah. And we can do T-shirts too, by the way. I'm wearing one now.
It's on the page there, Rabbi, so you can show everything.
There we full page. Here we go.
There you go.
My T-shirt, my sexy body. There we go.
Fantastic. That is, isn't it? I love the T-shirt.
Well, listen, if you haven't bought Mary Boys yet, go click the link, check it out. It's really, really worth it. It's really, really worth it. Anyway,
cool.
Right, basically. Chuck. Sorry, Mary's Boys, we call it. We'll give you the full deal. So, Mary, sorry, I didn't want to cut across you there. So, anything else you'd like to add as well before we bring on our next guest?
Oh no, I was going to say that's in a nutshell. That's who I am. I'm just a comic book clown, like a lot of other people. But yeah, that's it. That's me.
Well, fantastic. Listen, it looks, just from what I've seen, it looks absolutely fantastic. And please do go check out his work, because, as I said last week, the comic book industry has gone through a bit of a rough time. Well, it's mostly the mainstream, because look what they've done. They've completely destroyed comics, in my opinion, and I don't even read them, but you can see it. It's so plain as day. But people like Mary's Boys there, get some good comics out there, so support them. Independent comic book creators are the future, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. People might have different opinions on this panel, but that's just my opinion. And that's where it all started, believe it or not, though. Little comics back in the day, they all started off from somewhere. These guys are doing the same. They'll build it up, but they'll always remember one thing: the fans. The people that buy their comics. The comic book industry have forgotten in the last few years, especially the mainstream comics. They have forgotten who their clientele is, and they've let them down big time. And people, as I said, like these guys, are well worth supporting. So let's bring on our next guest anyway, Rabbi. I'm rambling on, as I always do, and I'm going to get your name wrong, so I'm just going to go with Jack Obus. Right, yeah, because I'll screw it up, but it's nice to have you on the channel, pal. And again, I'll say the same thing to you. If there's anything you'd like to plug, tell people a little bit about yourself, and if you want to showcase some of your work as well. And remember, folks, all the links will be in the link description, and we will throw it in the live chat there as well. So go ahead, introduce yourself to everybody.
Right, well, I'm Jacobus. I'm kind of new to Comicsgate, but I've already released just a little 3-page comic for everyone to read and hopefully enjoy and have a laugh.
His Twitter link is in the description, and you can, if you go to the bio, you have a link to the comic and the DeviantArt page, right?
Yeah. So say I'm practicing comic colouring. I've got a DeviantArt page for that. And I've got 4 Comicsgate people. I'll charge £5 for a picture. That's it.
That's right. I can't do it fairer than that. Hey, no,
right, round one. So if I remember correctly, Rabbi sent me a screenshot. So I'll just go to the screenshot because it'll be easier than him explain it again. Because when he explains it 100 miles an hour, I get confused. So I will read the screenshot. So round one, where is your account? Where are you? You're always hard to find on bloody stuff.
I am hard to find. I can be a bit what's the word? A bit squeezy. A bit sneaky. That's what I was looking for.
Right. So where is this tweet you sent? Oh, this message you sent me. So here we go.
I could tell you.
Right, so round one. So the chat. So right, guys, here it is. So I want you guys to pick a genre and then an age range. So what age range do you want the comic to be? Then I obviously choose and feed it to the panel. So a genre and age range of that genre, and then whatever you want it to be, I will then go and say to the panel, right, this is the genre. This is
okay, chat, give us some genres. Sci-fi, horror, comedy.
Come on, yeah.
So, have we got anybody mentioning that? We need you guys in the chat to actually take part in this part. It's a little bit interactive. It doesn't work unless you guys actually take part. So, if you could leave it, because
first,
right. So horror, we've got one. Horror, 18 to 25, because it's the only one that's up there. We'll go with that one first.
Okay, we got horror. Let's see if anybody else. Yeah, fire. We got a bunch of horror. Let's see if anybody else wants a different age range. I think.
Hang on, you said I could choose, and I'm choosing horror.
I'm sorry, you're right. You're in charge.
Yeah. So horror, 18 to 25. Who would like to take that on first? Who would like to pitch?
Yeah.
First?
So just an example of a comic book. Horror 18 to 25,
yeah,
that age range.
Yeah,
pretty much all of them, right?
No. You got to pitch an original horror comic.
All right, okay.
18 to 25 age group.
Yeah, you're basically pitching a comic that you would do yourself, and we've given you the instructions. So you basically, your genre is horror, and your age range is between 20. What was it? What was the age range?
18 to 25.
Yeah, 18 to 25. So it's a bit adult themed, obviously, from that age range. Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go first? You choose who you're going to throw in first.
Right, I'm going to throw you in first because you cheated on the quiz, and I'm bitter.
Sorry, are you guys having a connection?
So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Should I go out and come back in again? Because I think I don't know if it's every now and again I get the little spindly wheel of death here.
If it happens again, then we'll do it.
Okay, all right. Okay, so
I can go. You can go. Jacobs can go. I'm happy here for any of us to go. I don't really have a fully formed idea, but I think
Rabbi, I'm the host. I pick who goes first. You stay silent now, or I'm going to have to mute you, yeah? I know it's your channel, but you've asked me to host this and you're taking over. So let me host. I choose who goes first, and I chose you to go first. So the genre is horror, and the age range is 18 to 25. Please give your pitch.
Feminist werewolf.
Wait, he told me to go first.
Oh, sorry. It's like I said, it keeps cutting out.
Oh my God, it keeps cutting out on him. Relax.
Hey. So it is me, right? I'm supposed to go?
Go, Rabbi. Go.
I don't want to get in trouble.
You're not going to get into trouble. Go.
That's still my idea.
Okay. So this is a horror comic I've had in the back of my head for quite some time.
Right.
It would be... it's basically pulling off like my bizarre arcane knowledge of like Kabbalistic stuff and rabbinical stuff, and like kind of like my book Biblical did. But I think Biblical's kind of similar to that. It is horror, but basically I'll go for all the like 15th century horror tropes, which are like the what will give like modern day spin, and so essentially you have a Kabbalist and a vampire forced to work together in an unholy alliance. The vampire is trying to reform himself and is living off fish blood, only fish blood, because fish only has fish blood is considered more kosher than anything else. So that's who he is, and there is the first story, the initial story involves something called a dibbuk, right? A dibbuk is basically a demonic possession. And actually, I've heard recordings of genuine, exorcisms of these things. They're scary. So it happened. The dibbuk got into the victim, who will make who should be the victim? The victim will be the victim is like a younger rabbinical student, like a 14-year-old kid from a yeshiva. So it's kind of a kid, and he's being inhabited by his great grandfather, who has been cursed his soul has been cursed to wander the earth for child molestation, right? And that's how he ended up on this inside this kid, because he's a predatory nature towards children.
Wow.
So so essentially we don't know where this duo, this Kabbalist and this vampire come from. They kind of appear at the beginning of the story and disappear. There's an idea they work for a higher authority. We don't know if that exists in this world or the next. And let me just think. Like unconnected scenes which I would weave in. I would have the vampire discombobulated, taken out by being drowned in torrents of blood. I'll do a bit. I always fancy doing that with a vampire. And let me think. There's a lot. There'll be a lot of weird stuff about drawing Kabbalistic trees, scratched out of the ground. So yeah, there'll be a lot of touchstones and stuff that people know are real or has a real basis. That makes it more scary, I think. Right. So that's the basic idea, the basic form of it. So the first story arc is 4 issues. 4 issues? I think 4. No, I think 3 issues. First story arc is 3 issues. Again, like go bounces between seemingly normal stuff and like very genuine, deep dark horror with a psychosexual twist on it occasionally. There you go. That's my basic idea.
Thank you for that pitch, Rabbi. By the way, before we do the scores tonight, I don't want any of this 0.5 rubbish that we had because me trying to add it all up was difficult. So I won't take your vote if you start with the 0.5. It's 1 to 10. So if you think Rabbi's pitch was good, you give it a rating. Or if you think it was bad, you give it a low rating. None of this 0.5 rubbish, all right? So we'll start with, we'll go with Mervy's Boys next. So if you want to pitch your pitch, that'll be fantastic. And thank you, Rabbi. That was a good pitch, mate.
Thank you.
You set the bar incredibly high. I'm really bad at pulling things out of my ass. Let's see.
For a bit of fun anyway, so just no pressure, mate. No pressure.
Let's see. What did I say? It would be what I said, feminist werewolf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that would be. It would be kind of like actually a vegan werewolf would actually be funnier. somebody who really has that internal struggle of going out and killing, whereas still waking up and you've got all this and you're covered in blood and you've got your fridge is full of human remains, but you're still trying to lead this double life. And I mean, that would just hit you on several levels, wouldn't it? Apart from killing people, but it's quite shallow, isn't it? It's just a really sort of 5-minute, 5-page comic book sort of idea.
You've got a germ something there. So you got a vegan who is a serial killer, right?
Yeah.
So you can do something kind of like Dexter with that.
Sorry, Rabbi, are you stealing someone else's picture or getting involved?
He's a pitch doctor.
If I have to chastise you one last time, mate, I'm gonna have to. It's as simple as that. You can't ruin
What do you want out of me?
I want you to stay silent when people are doing their pitch and not interfere.
Well, it's about torment, because that's what a lot of modern fiction they leave out the torment part, the inner torment. I mean, when Anne Rice started writing books about werewolves fighting crime and Twilight did a good werewolf and stuff, they lost the source of all this, the werewolf lore. I mean, because it's a really good book on the origins of the werewolf myth, etc., where there's always the person you would in the village that you would least expected, typically an old guy who lives by himself, is a bit peculiar, has been kidnapping children and eating them. So that sort of thing. It's a horrible thing, and very often these people are demented. They are these days would probably be mollycoddled by the state and given a state pension or something like, and helped. But there's a lot of torment. It's a very ugly sort of thing. There's nothing magical about it. So I thought, bringing into a modern context, you would have somebody you want to see tormented. So you would take veganism, for example. I can't stand vegans, and have them and have the added sort of elements of I'm eating people. How would that? It would just be like an extra level of gross out for them.
I can totally listen. I'm not butting in, but I could totally.
And I'm only taking everybody that if nobody knows me and Rabbi, we do this to each other all the time. This is not me. No. So
I
saying there's no one having a go at Rabbi. No, I'm not. Go ahead anyway, Rabbi. But you are breaking the rules right now. So.
Crazy vegans, those annoying crazy vegans who get so crazy. They say, "Well, meat is murder. I might as well just murder you, right?" And they're going to eat you, right? And they start hacking bits. They keep you alive so they can see you, so you can see them.
I think vegans understand that carrots are alive. They're a living plant. You're throwing it into boiling water. Poor carrot is screaming.
Extinction Rebellion with cannibalism. That's a good pitch. I like that already.
Right, let's go to Jacko Bus's pitch, and then we will get the scores after each pitch. Remember that Lee has let you know in the chat as well. So we'll go with your pitch now, pal, and obviously the genre is horror 18 to 25.
Right, well, I'm thinking it would probably be like a 80-page graphic novel that would work better as a film. So I'd say this tech company ask for volunteers to try a new virtual reality set game type thing. They get put in a labyrinth, which they think is part of the VR experience, but it's just them being put in there. And then as they progress through the labyrinth to try and escape, there's worse and worse and worse stuff that they come across. So it will start with some hungry rabid dogs, and then as they progress through, you'll end up with demonic monsters. But in a film setting, it would be more of a jumpy kind of horror film. I'm not quite sure how.
But you know what would be cool, right? When they take off the VR, the headsets or whatever, and they're still in the VR and they're still in the horror.
These things didn't work.
And they can't get out.
It reminds me of that Big Brother thing that they did years ago. Do you remember that? What was it, Big Brother Offset or something with zombies or something happened. They did a Big Brother kind of thing. It was deadly. I mean, look, for me, all three pitches are great. It's going to be very hard to pick. Sorry, I don't know if Jacob actually finished his pitch because Rabbi broke the rules again. Rabbi, what are you doing, pal? You're killing me here, mate. Just let him finish, and then you can comment on both their pitches. I promise, right? So just we'll just wait. So we let him finish his pitch, and then I'll let you jump in, Rabbi. Right? Dead Set was called, by the way. The movie it was called Dead Set. There you go. So go ahead, Jack. Sorry, man.
That's the main storyline. It'd just be filled with loads of gory killings and whatnot to make it 18 to 25.
Right. Is there a central character or anything like that? Have you?
No, it'd be like jumping from different character to character, so you can choose who you like.
Right. Well, that actually sounds interesting as well. So, guys, Lee is giving you the instructions in the chat. So the first 3 people give the 3 scores. Remember, no half scores. So if you like Rabbi's pitch, please give us the scores for Rabbi right now. The first 3 people that we get in the chat will take your 3 scores. We'll take your... Actually, no, sorry. You have to give us the 3 scores of each pitch. So the first 3 people to give us the scores for 3 pitches. That's what it is. So let's see. Rabbi gives himself 1,000. It goes
100,000.
Rabbi, it goes up to 10, and you do know, mate, that you don't get to vote for yourself, pal. Unfortunately.
Listen, if you don't vote for yourself, no one's going to. First,
well, Daniel gave you. Daniel gave you
10 out of 10 for everything. Oh, we lost.
Daniel gave you a 7. Oh no,
Okay.
Daniel gave you an 8. Sorry, and PD Rich gave you a 7. So we're looking for one more score for Rabbi. So if someone would like to give us a score, 1 to 10. Oh, I can't put that down. A -10. Yeah. Oh no, 289.
Oh.
Are you serious? Well, I have to take that.
8. Okay, he came in before the -10. -10 doesn't count. Okay.
Okay, well, here we go. Hold on. So we got Rabbi. So see, I'm after doing this wrong. So Rabbi got his first 2 scores, and we take Tracy Thomas's score for Rabbi, which is a 5. Right now, I've got this sorted. So now, Alpha Omega, stop moving, chat, will you? There we go. So we've got Tracy Thomas gives Jack 6. Well done, Jack. Should get 8. So, and as I gave Rabbi's score already, so we go to Alpha Omega scores, which I gave Rabbi his score already. 2 out of 7 for who? You have to give the name to the people. So
they get 7 out of 10. He's saying Alpha Omega.
Who's getting 7 out of 10?
The
other 2. Getting 7 so you're giving both 7 out of 10. Okay, I get that. Right. So then we have no, we can't use Chris's score. This is all after getting all types of messed up, Rabbi. We have to come up with a better system, mate. Right, I need one more person to give me 3 scores. I can't take single scores. I need people to give me, so one more person. So there we go.
In the chat, yeah, PD Rich, he gave you 3. You already counted my one.
Yeah, I've counted your one already. He gave you a 7.
He's giving Chubb 9. He's giving Maryboy's 9.
Yeah,
and it was 8.
He's given Chubb what?
9.
Right. So the Chubb got a 9, a 7, and an 8. Jack got 6, a 7, and I'm looking for another score for Jack, and he gets another. He gets an 8 there. No, yeah, he gets an 8 off. Yeah, so we've got the scores. Right, we've got the scores. They're done. So after round 1, we have to come up with a better system, though, Rabbi, because this is not working.
Come up with a better system. That's true.
So we've got the score so far is 14. That's 15. So Rabbi is on 20.
Yes.
I will be celebrating.
20.
We've got Jack on 21. Wow. And I think we've got a leader already, 70, so that's 24. And we've got Mary's boys on 24 so far. So after round 1 pitches, we've got Rabbi in last place on 20. points. We've got Jack in second place with 21 points. Well done. This is just the first round. There's 3 rounds, guys. But in the lead so far with a 3-point lead over Jack is Mary's Boys with 24. Now, round 2. So, I need you to suggest a character and where about in their timeline, i.e. Superman, any DC Marvel basically character, and you choose, and we have to pitch a year and an arc of the comic book. So what I need from the chat is to suggest the character, i.e. and then obviously the timeline, and I get to choose. Then this one is awkward. I hate this one.
No, I have good news for you. Problem being, in the chat is just going to collect all the scores. He's going to give you the scores. You don't have to worry about adding them up. He's going to take care of that, he says.
But I should be reading out the scores so everybody knows who's winning.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about adding them up. Problem being,
not add too much mess to it. Listen, we'll simplify it. I'm going to do the scores the way I've been doing the scores.
Okay.
So what happens is, for this round, when I ask you to pitch, you give me the 3 scores at the same time. Put their names, and the first 3 people to comment, I take the 3 scores from each of those 3 people. That's as simple as that. We don't need to overcomplicate it by getting someone else to count up totals.
Right,
I have it sorted. So what I need from the chat now is characters, as Lee has put in, characters and timeline. So Alpha Omega, Batman 10 years into the future. We'll go with that one. So who would like to go? I'll give you the opportunity.
No, let's give it a couple of seconds, see if anybody else suggests anything.
Well, Lee is still, yeah, I know, but like we got one there and you said that you have to go, so I'm trying to move it along.
I understand. Oh, we're going to say Arthur Dent, Hitchhikers in present day. Okay.
Right, one more person, and then I pick out of those 3 then.
Right, that's the way. See? I told you we'll work it out as we go.
Well, we'll see. Maybe what you should do is actually on Twitter during the week and on your Facebook page, actually ask people those questions so we already have we already have them in place, so then I can just ask
I just got to get comic book people more used to coming to the stream.
Right, so we still only have the 2 choices. So I'm going to go with, because there's 2 choices, we'll go with Tracy Thomas's choice then, to be fair. So Arthur Dent from Hitchhikers Present Time. So who would like to go first this time? I'll give you the choice. Who would like to go first? And remember, Mary's Boys, you're in the lead right now, so you can actually, because you are in the lead, you can choose to wait until the other 2 pitch, or you can go first. Sorry,
I don't have a clue who that is. I read that ages ago, so I'm gonna pass.
Okay, just very quickly, Arthur Dent. Arthur Dent is your everyman Englishman. He lives in the home counties. He has this nice little house, and one morning he wakes up to find his house is about to be demolished. So he lays in front of the bulldozers in his pajamas and wearing in his dressing gown, and then eventually his friend, full prefect, convinces him to come away with him. Turns out the Earth is about to be destroyed in a to make way for a hyperspace bypass. His friend is a researcher for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That just gives you like little snippets about all things about the galaxy. They hitch a ride from the Destructor fleet. They have fabulous adventures through space, time, and reality. And throughout it, Arthur Dent remains in his pajamas and is in his dressing gown as the quintessential English man. And he's that's basically who he is.
That sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah, I think I watched the movie too.
Okay, yeah. Played by Martin, whatever it is, the guy from plays Watson.
Can I still pass? Can I still get Jacobus to do this one? Good.
I'm gonna take a swing at it. But if you don't know the character, there's
But then, yeah, well, see, this is why I think, like, we should let people decide beforehand because, it's not fair if he doesn't know the character. How can he actually pitch a proper?
But you gotta listen. A comic book executive says, "Listen, kid, I need a 12-issue arc for Arthur Dent. This is your big break. That's just where you are.
But the person that would be pitching that or pitching their idea would have already done the research. He hasn't done the research on the character, so I do think that's a bit unfair.
You got to come in with a base. There's a lot of characters I don't know. You got to come in with a basic knowledge.
Okay, right, you're the boss. Right.
Or we could choose Batman 10 years in the future, or we got the elongated man 1,500 years in the past. We have those two other.
I did try to pick the easiest one and pick Batman, but you wanted me to wait, so I waited. So
you could go to Batman. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Right, I've got a quick pitch for Arthur Dent.
Okay, well let's see your Arthur Dent pitch. I still haven't thought one. Okay, go ahead.
So we'll say after the whole saga when he goes traveling across space and all that stuff, he gets back, and the research people want to learn more about Earth. So you get like a comedy story of him in his pajamas in places like Ibiza and stuff like that, and it's just a typical, like the preteen drinking comedy.
Yeah,
films, just one of them.
Right, that was quick and easy. That's brilliant. The way we like it. So we'll go with you next, Rabbi.
Okay. Arthur Dent is back on Earth. He's trying to. By the way, Alpha Omega said 42. 42 is going to be the name of the movie or the comic book, whatever we're going to call it, the story. Okay, Arthur Dent is back on Earth after his adventures, trying to retain his normal life. He's trying to rekindle a romance with a woman that he tried to date just before the world was destroyed. The world was remade several times, but the whole it's a time space reality thing. But he's just in this new Earth, this new reality. He's trying to just get back to his life. However, the Earth is visited by some alien. He's trying to get back to his normal life. However, a spaceship crashes in the middle of New York. The spaceship crashes in Central Park in New York. Inside is an old strung out Zaphod Beetlebrox, the former president of the universe. And he's the herald of a new intergalactic war, and he needs to recruit the best expert to defeat this foe, which is Arthur Dent. Arthur Dent. So Earth just wants to get rid of this annoying guy, this annoying Zaphod Beetlebrox guy, and doesn't want anything to do with the war. So they basically kick Arthur Dent out, forcing him to go off with Zaphod, and the aliens he needs to meet and to defeat are okay. They are artificial intelligences that were created out of a beverage machine that became obsessed with trying to make make a cup of tea, which Arthur Dent threw away one time when he asked for a cup of tea. When they made it in his brain, and they may say almost was not completely opposite to what tea was. So they so it's the artificial intelligences, and he needs to teach them how to brew a cup of tea. And there's a religious war going on between these artificial intelligence, between the faction that says, do you warm the pot first, and the other part that says, no, if you warm the pot, you might stew the tea. So and he has to basically sort this religious war out. And Zaphod Beetlebrox was under contract to the intergalactic India shipping company, so they could resume their tea once again, and tea would be sold across the universe. That yes, that is that's my pitch.
Wow, I think that's the first pitch that hasn't included boobies, mass murder, and yoke.
I write what listen. I write to the
I
brief.
love
Mate. I write to the brief.
Right,
Okay.
let's go to the leader himself of the first round, and obviously after his get ready to put your scores in. The first three people, okay. So we go to Mary's boys for your pitch, the final pitch of this round, and the next pitch. By the way, the next round is actually easy, so it's pretty easy. So it's a good one to end on, to be honest. I like it, Rabbi. Well done. The next one is easier than this one. So go ahead, Mary, boys. You're in the lead. Remember, you've got a 3-point lead here. So if you give a half decent pitch, you could win.
Okay. All right. I was thinking that once he gets, once the after the first adventure, after the Earth wasn't destroyed, he kind of has a change of pace, and he decides to become a guru, right? And he becomes a bit like Ken Kesey in the Electric Kool-Aid acid test, and takes a bus trip across England, taking lots of LSD and then garnering a lot of disciples, because he had seen the world being unmade and being remade, and he started helping people with their problems. A few years later, so it kind of changes. It changes who he is. He becomes a lot more open-minded sort of guy, and a little bit strange from taking all that LSD. And it becomes really strange when the aliens come back. They're aliens from a different planet whose planet is also going to be destroyed. They've got the same sort of message. They're asking him to be a project manager and trying to resolve the issue that Earth had before. And he does that. That is his new thing. He's skipped from planet to planet to planet in solving people's problems. And it's a kind of change your career, find your inner self, Anthony Robbins type of story, until he becomes intergalactically famous yes man for people whose planets are about to be obliterated.
That's a pretty good pitch, I tell you. For some reason, already that actually fits. That all works, I think.
Rabbi, Lee is in the chat. Lee in the chat is saying that they can't see the panelists' names on your.
Yeah, I just worked it out. I put it back on because they had the comment on.
Right. So, guys, this is your chance now to give you our scores. The first three people, and remember, you're given the scores for every single pitch. So post your scores. Lee is obviously doing a fantastic job in the chat, reminding you. And while you are posting the scores, before we start round 3, I'll just tell you is actually that the next round is going to be very easy. So it's going to be interesting.
I like easy. It's easy.
So do I. Rabbi always throws curveballs, but that's what I love about him. He really wants to get the best out of his guests, so he comes up with all of these ideas, and they seem mad, but we will refine it. Obviously, we're only the second weekend, so there we go.
Pretty good.
So we've got Alpha. Rabbi, wait for a minute now. Don't confuse me, please. First, just 1 second. We've got Alpha, Omega, and PD Rick have left a score, so I need one more person. So Alpha Omega has given Rabbi 8 this round. He has given Chubb 8 this round also. And Jacob, has gotten 7 this round. So we go with PD Rich. He gives Jacob 6. Okay. These are all very mean. He's give Rabbi 9. I see what's going on here. And he gives Chubb 7. We can see what's going on here. This is like the Eurovision Song Contest. Yeah. Right, we need one more. So we've got it. It's from Chris. So hold on. We've got Chris. So we've got 9 for Rabbi's T. Okay. We've got 5 for Jack. Okay. And we have 7 for Chubb. So let's count those scores up now.
Schools in the doors.
And then we'll do we won't do the combined score yet, right? So That's obviously that's 18, and then we add that, and that's 18. That's 26. So 26 there, and we've got 7. So we got 11 there. That's 18. Okay, and we get 14, and then we get it there. Right, here's the scores. So, in 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 fourth place we have Jack with 18 points. In second place we've got Mary's Boys with 22 points. But Rabbi has actually won this round with a whopping 26 points, and we won't do the combined scores just yet, but we are ready now for the last round, round 3. And this is going to be my favorite because it's so bloody easy. And I'll give you a couple of minutes each to what we'll do is I'll read out some of the names in the chat, maybe give you a couple of minutes to come up with a decent pitch for the last one. I think that'll be fair. And I do love those intros, to be quite honest. We will get this right eventually. Don't worry. Don't worry. Right. So the last pitch is the easiest one of them all. And you know what? For this round, because I am the host, I'm the one that's going to pick the universe, and I'm the one that's going to pick the actual character. Because you know I've been put through a lot of stress from Rabbi, so I'm going to take my reward. So this is my reward. I'm only messing. Right, okay. Guys, listen up. You're going to love this one. We'll just wait for Chubb to come back, and we will. So the pitch is this. This is what you have to do, guys. It's as easy as this. Where is that bloody? Why did I go out of the message anyway? There we go. So round 3, we've got to get the chat. So you guys in the chat, an existing universe, okay? Any existing universe that's out there, DC, Marvel, whatever. Okay, you get to choose, and then you have to pitch an original comic in that universe. So, guys, you on the panel, you have to pitch an original comic in that universe. So, we need 3 people to suggest.
Give us a universe, chat. Give us a universe.
Give us a universe. So, do you want DC or Marvel or whatever?
Star Wars, Star Trek, you name it. Men in Black, but it's got to be an original story within that universe.
Exactly. So whatever you pick, whatever character.
Marvel Universe, Stargate Universe. Oh, don't know much about Stargate. Okay.
Right. So we have Stargate, we have Marvel Universe, and we have the Mirror Universe. So they're the 3 choices. So I will go with. Do you know what? I'm going to go with what I don't really know, right? I do know Stargate, and we do know the Marvel Universe. So I'm going to go with the Mirror Universe because I'm intrigued to know what that's about, and I'd love to hear pitches. But I don't know what characters are in the Mirror Universe. So what's
Star Trek? It's the Mirror Universe from Star Trek.
Oh, that one. Okay. Oh, yeah. Geez, why did I pick that?
So if you want, you can go again. If you can use that, or you can use any of those 3 if you want.
No, I think I should throw a curveball in there because I'll tell you why. JJ and his team kind of bad robot are ridiculous. I did like the first one, but he went a bit crazy after that. I'd like to hear pitches actually off you guys because I bet you could come up with something better than JJ. So with that said, who would like to go first?
For the Mirror Universe, we're sticking with
the
Mirror
Universe. That's what I'm picking. Mirror Universe.
I want to go last because I've got to read what the Mirror Universe is.
Yeah, same.
Okay, I'll just tell you. You've seen Star Trek, right? The original Star Trek.
I don't do Star Trek.
Have you seen it? You know what it is? It's
I know of it, but I haven't watched it.
Right. Well, will I be fair and pick the Marvel Universe because then you can all pitch different characters in that and something that'll be easier for everybody. Yeah. See, Rabbi,
I was halfway through my pitch for the Mirror Universe. I had a good one going in my head.
I know, but you've got to take into account that other people are not going to know everything.
I'm just going to throw this out there. My basic pitch would have been Star Trek Next Generation in the Mirror Universe. I want to see what everyday life is like in the Mirror Universe, in the Star Trek Next Generation timeline, as they go out and they conquer and they subdue alien planets in the name of the Terran Empire. And so you get all. I would like to see the politics between all the characters, plus them doing terrible things and succeeding at it. That sounds like an awesome comic to me. But okay, we'll go
that actually does sound like an awesome comic. See, I feel, but see,
he doesn't know it. We have to say
you know what, maybe for this round, maybe for next week. See the way you got the pitch around there. Why not like let everybody for the last round get to pitch their own?
That's the first round. You got to do the you just have to like they give you the genre and that's the one with no boundaries. You have the genre and the age group, age range.
Well, there is a boundary because you have to. If it's horror and something, then you're coming up. I just
right. There's got to be some boundary, otherwise it's not competition.
Okay, right. Okay, you're the boss. You're the boss.
I like the idea of Riker in charge and Picard as number 2. That's a pretty good idea, actually, isn't it? Because it's like super assassin. Okay, fine. We're in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, we're in the Marvel universe.
Okay, we're in the Marvel universe.
So you pitch an original comic within the Marvel universe, and as you pitched your other one just there a second ago, give one of the lads a chance to go first. So who would like to go first, guys?
I'll go first. Very
much like to go first. So go ahead.
I was thinking it'll be really cool. Like I used to date a hairdresser, right? Long story, but it always made me think, what would a hairdresser's practice look like, or hairdressing salon that specializes in servicing superheroes? Because I mean, they all look really buff, right? Or they look really pretty. They always look really well kempt. Then you don't really see them. And now you do. Actually, now you do. You see them big, fat, and ugly, and all shapes and sizes. But traditionally, you didn't. And I always thought to myself, well, that must be hell trying to give Superman a haircut, trying to wax the beast. So I was thinking, so you'd have a very specialized sort of beauty salon that did nails, that did hair, that did all sorts of all sorts of weird sort of homeopathic remedies and stuff like that. And it would specifically be servicing. They'd have all sorts of contraptions and things to service those superheroes. And I was thinking they would be aliens, because they're the only ones who would have all the technology. So they would be like an international franchise setting up on Earth, because they deal with lots of different planets, possibly out of the dimensions with superheroes. So they arrive on Earth hoping to do some business. And the main character would be a really all hairdressers suffer from substance abuse issues. So that I think the main character would be like that, a really hard drinking business lady, hell bent on getting a business set up on Earth. But then you would have something like some sort of major Marvel event happening in the midst of this, and her trying to make ends meet and trying to
keep it. Well, keeping to the chat. It's problem being says the beast waxes.
Well, you never see all of the beasts, do you?
Right. You've got to see the beast waxing. I'm up for that.
Well, that's a great little pitch there. I actually really enjoyed that pitch there. Actually, if you do write that, let me know, man. Let me know. I'll buy it, definitely. That sounds great. I love that pitch. Right, Rabbi, go on. I'll give you.
I'm ready. I've got a great pitch for you.
Right. Yeah, you do.
It's called Amazing Fantasy. It's set in 1962. It's set in 1962. It continues in real time. Right. Through the 60s. It follows the story of young Peter Parker in 1962 as a 1960s kid who is secretly Spider-Man, but that's not really a major part of the story. Him getting a job working at the Daily Bugle. It's the lives and loves of the Daily Bugle as the superhero universe starts to bloom, starts to come out, set in that beautiful period, that 1960s period. So you got that Mad Men kind of feel to it as you get the inter-office politics, but they're also, investigating superheroes. And I think, superhero stories. And I think keep every. I said 1962 because that's the first appearance of Spider-Man, right? And his first appearance was in Amazing Fantasy, I think 27, right? So that's what's called Amazing Fantasy. And I can see like Jonah Jameson saying, "Yeah, like, we want something that's an amazing fantasy." You know, I can see him like saying that. Yeah, smoking a lot, drinking a lot. So you get all that going on. And at the same time as into politics, you get the cool superhero stuff going on. I love that book. I want to read that book. That sounds like a great book. If I say so myself, I'm quite happy with that.
Fantastic, Rabbi. I like the pitch, man. You know what? You do come up with some interesting pitches. I have to be honest with you. But they always seem to be a bit out there. You know, I love it. I love the one that you did last week for the kids, and it like had murder and blood and guts. And I was like, what the hell is this, Rabbi? On? Like, but right, let's go into last. This has been brilliant. This last part, actually, I do love it. Jack, and I'm looking forward to your pitches. Your pitches have been very interesting as well. Actually, do you know what, guys? You two guests tonight have been absolutely fantastic. I've loved the pitches off both of you. Really good. So, Jack, it's up to you. Can you give us a better pitch than those two? Let's see.
I'll give it a go. I was a bit worried actually because Rabbi almost ventured on what I was thinking.
Oh,
Nerve-wracking. But my thinking is like a 4-issue like miniseries where Spider-Man is dealing with a mystical villain, and during that battle, he gets like body swapped with J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, that's a fun story.
yeah.
Storyline. Yeah, it's cool.
Peter Parker ends up running the Daily Bugle, and J. Jonah Jameson has to be the guy he hates most in the world. And he
it's a good first
Spider-Man's eyes, where like the public love him for saving him, and he just hates himself for it.
Where does where does Jonah go? So he becomes Spider-Man.
Yeah, he like goes into Peter Parker, and Parker goes into JJ.
Disaster.
I reckon that could be a fun story.
Yeah,
That's a fun story. That's a good idea.
especially Jonah as Spider-Man. Yeah, he wouldn't be a hero anymore.
Lads, they're even working together now. This is good. This is good. I like that pitch. Yes. And when you said you were a bit worried, isn't it funny though, guys? You know, you have different pitches, but there might be certain elements that you will, you know, it's very clever that the lot is kind of is, you know, feeding. You kind of go down the same kind of direction. If you know what I mean, you have the kind of same line of thinking, and it's absolutely incredible to see people's minds at work when they're trying to think of a story. I have to say, I've enjoyed every single. This is my favorite round, by the way, because this is the less stressful round, guys. So I feel it for you. But yeah, I love this one because this is the round that makes me enthusiastic about comics. Right? Is listening. Okay, you're using an original, but you're coming up with a fresh original pitch, and I love that. So Alpha Omega, I'll tell you what. I have to be fair, right? Because the last couple of people that have given scores have been Alpha Omega and the other guys. Let's see if we can give a couple of other people a chance. So Chris, I think we've only used Chris once. So we'll Chris, Tracy, and we've done PD Rich. All right, we'll go with the tree that's there. We have to go with the
good-looking green avatar in the
right, we'll go with what came up first, because that's the only fair way of doing it, actually, because if I start taking other scores, I'll influence the scores. So Jack got a 9 for his pitch. Well deserved, in my opinion.
Yep.
I'd actually even go as far
good pitch.
Yep.
I'd give him a 10, to be honest, if I could vote for him. Rabbi gets an 8. Rabbi's pitch was actually very interesting as well. And Chubb also gets an 8. These scores are actually good. So let's see. So Rabbi, pick off. I love it. You can't score them 0 and you're not part of it. Get away. Right, who have we got next? So Rabbi gave himself a 10, of course, but I'm not writing it down. And he gave the other two a 0. Get away. All right, Chris.
Okay, this is writing 101. always give yourself a 10. Always give yourself the highest score you possibly can, and always give whoever is your opponent the 0. That's writing 101. It's
Right.
a cutthroat business.
Right, here we go.
You all got the job.
Second person to give their vote was Chris, and he gave a Rabbi 8, he gave Jack 8, and he gave Chubb 7. And we're going with Tracy Thomas's score now, and she gives Rabbi an 8, and she gives Chubb a 7, and Jacob gets a 6. Ooh, okay. Let's add up these scores. So, right, so right, so that's, yeah. Have I got that right? Just want to make sure. Right, so Rabbi, no, I won't give the score yet, actually. Why? Because that'd be giving it away. 15. 16. Right, so that's an, oh, guys, this round is pretty fucking close.
It was, you know what? It was three great pitches. That's why I had to tell you. I like Jack's one.
Right. Well, here we go. Right, and these are not the final scores. So, round 3. These are the results. We've got Mary's Boys with 22 points. In second place, we've got Jack with 23 points. But in first place, Rabbi with 24. So there was a point in it. But I do have to add up the scores from the previous round. So Rabbi got 20 in round 1. He got 26 in round 2. And he's gotten 24. So that's 10. So that's a total score of 70 points for Rabbi. Right, let's go with Jack. So Jack scored 21 the first round. The second round, he scored 18. And in this round, he scored 23. So we've got, that's a 12 there. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 62 for Jack. And for Mary's Boys, started off with a 24. Well done. That was the second highest score, actually, believe it or not. The highest score, Rabbi got it with 26 in round 2. So where am I? I'm getting confused. We're with Mary's Boys. Yeah, so 24. We got a 22 and another 22. So we got 4. That's 8. And we've got, right. So here are the scores. I'm actually a bit shocked about this result, actually. I have to be honest. Someone's going to be gloating very much so. So in last place, and I have to personally, and I know this is the decision of people in the chat, but I disagree with you 100% on this. In last place, it's Jack. I thought Jack's pitches were very interesting, to be honest. So, Jack, 62 points for you, mate.
I'm happy with that.
In second place, though, with 68 points, was Mary's Boys. Again, great, interesting pitches, mate. But it's Rabbi with 70 points that wins.
That pact of Satan still working out for me. But look, the truth is, you know, one of the things that I like about the show, want to do with this show, is to demystify making comics. Because if anybody's out there thinking about making comics, you don't know where to start. You don't know where ideas come from. You don't know what to do. You see, so here that we all we chipped in on each other's pitches. I think we made each other's pitches better. They're all good. But, you know, like when anybody says, like Chris Chibnall very, very famously said a couple of years ago, that they've run out of ideas. They run out of ideas to do a Christmas special. Anybody says they run out of ideas, they're not.
They shouldn't be writing. They shouldn't be writing. That's the bottom line.
We kept pumping ideas out, and again, that's why I'm really interested in Comicscape people, because that's normally where you find it. That's normally where you find that kind of like ingenuity and passion.
Right. Well, before we do head off, I'm going to give the lads one last opportunity to pitch themselves again. Let them know about their projects. Remember, everything's in the link description. Things have been thrown up in the chat. They'll obviously tell you where to find their stuff themselves as well. So, Jack, we'll go with you because I don't believe I actually thought you were hard done by tonight, pal. 62
It
points.
was the
You
second round.
deserve better, pal. But you can go ahead and plug yourself there and plug whatever projects you have in the pipeline or whatever you want to do, pal.
So, as I said, there's a free short comic book for everyone to read. Just click the link and it will take you to the Google Drive page. I do comic colouring pretty much, well, whatever you want, I'll give it a go. And I'm working on Riot Girl and Cherry Bomb, which is in the making at the moment.
Absolutely fantastic. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, and it's nice to meet you. I'll try even get you on my channel, the Tardis Zone. If you'd like to pop on, we'll arrange something. I'm on Twitter if you want to come on, and you could do more plugging and showing off your work and stuff like that, because you guys definitely should be supported. Mary's boys, Chubb, second place, well done. You started off very strongly, I have to say, with your very first pitch. It was absolutely fantastic. But let everybody know where they can find you, what you've got going on, and all your. If you have, oh, sorry, Jack, I forgot to ask. Any social medias you want to just shout out there? You're on Twitter, Facebook,
just
whatever.
Twitter, Jacobus Gotex. That's the only place you'll find me, really.
Okay, and I'll say the same to you as well, Chubb. If you're on Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is, plug them as well. Okay, so go ahead, mate.
Yep. So like I said before, I'm just a creator of Merry Boys. The comic is on in demand in the store. It's already been printed, so if you order it, it'll be shipped out next day. I'm working on another comic book also involving Merry Boys at the moment. For updates on that, you just I think Twitter is probably the best place to get a hold of me. It's at MerryBoys1, the number 1. And yeah, I guess that's it. That's pretty much it.
The merchandise that you have there, the T-shirt again, just in case anybody's interested in your T-shirt.
Yeah, well, here are the books. Yeah, the comics. A4 size, so UK size. And and we do T-shirts too. These are available on the campaign. I was wondering if my camera is doing this injustice. It's a bit.
Oh yeah, we can see it. It's a dead man. Is that a chainsaw he's holding or a baseball bat? Oh no, it's a big
cricket bat.
It's a cricket bat, yeah.
Oh, cricket bat, deadly man. Yeah, that is a nice T-shirt, pal. Cameras obviously on air computers are a bit ropey, but we can see it. But go listen, as I said, check out their stuff. These guys need support, and I'm sure they'll be on air channels at some stage again. Definitely get you on again, guys. The both of you. I'll get you on my channel if you want to come on and plug your stuff. The more exposure you get, the better, in my opinion. So why not? Even though I haven't got a clue about comic books, you can teach me. No, but that's the hope. But that's why Rabbi brought me on board, and I want to thank you again, Rabbi, because I said this last week. Thanks for making me the host. I know it's early days, but I am learning a lot, and I'm actually, it's fascinating watching all these different creators come on, pitch, and show off their work. I'm loving it right now. So thank you for making me host. I really appreciate it. Well, it is your channel, and as you are the boss of this channel, would you like to plug yourself, mate?
Doesn't plugging yourself sound like you're going to put your finger up your ass? It does sound that to me, right?
It does a little bit, yeah. So I feel a bit uncomfortable asking Rabbi what he's plugging.
It's better than asking you to plug me. That would be straight. Listen, go to biblicalcomics.com, biblicalcomics.com. Lots of free comics there. Every Friday, I drop on Twitter a serialized, Oriental sci-fi thing called Red Ghost. Go and check it out. I do a director's commentary. I drop that on Fridays. And yeah, look, go check out my comics there. Biblicalcomics.com.
That's it. Absolutely fantastic. And that's it, I suppose. I don't plug myself because you know where to find me, so I don't need to plug myself. You know where I am.
And we're not talking about
most of you obviously support me anyway that are here, so you know where I am, Tardis Zone. But that's it. That's as far as I'm going. Y'all have streams up over the weekend, you know that. I have to throw the trailers up that Rabbi gave me. Actually, I do want to give that a shout out because Rabbi has gotten the trailers ready for this weekend's tweet alongs. So come and join us for them. It'll be absolutely fantastic. And I think Rabbi has a competition on Sunday nights as well on the channel.
I do. I forgot about that. Here, let me just plug it
So
quickly.
yeah, actually, plug your competition again now. That'd be
Right. You can win this Power of the Daleks. We have a competition each week here on the channel. Power of the Daleks DVD is the prize. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, and in the comments leave the hashtag I am your servant. I am your servant. The hashtag changes each week, dependent upon the prize. If you're a comic books person, we often give away. I have tons of graphic novels that we're giving away as well. So come on by and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, but mostly subscribe. I'm getting close to 1,800 subscribers, and I would like to hit there eventually.
Fair play to congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Well deserved, mate. Well deserved. You've worked very hard this last year anyway, so it's deserved. So if anybody deserves all the success that they're having is yourself. So well done for that. And he does announce the winner on obviously my channel, but that's the only plug I'm doing. There's nowhere to find me. I'm just going to stay quiet now. I actually just wrote up a tweet on Twitter, and I just wrote, I've been vindicated. I don't need to say anymore. And that's all I want to say, because that's all that needs to be said. As I said, and I will finish with this on Doctor Who Series 13 filming, I will say this: wait until BBC make it official. Anybody out there that's claiming that it already has started filming has been debunked tonight. So let's just leave it at that.
And I guess if you're watching this in the future, 1 year in the future, it still hasn't started filming.
Yeah, it probably hasn't. It probably hasn't. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight. I've been your host, Noel, but we had a great panelist. So I just want to say thank you to Rabbi from another planet. Jacob, absolutely pleasure to meet you, man, really. And Chubb, absolute honor too. Guys, follow me on Twitter if you want to. It's the Tardis Zone 1. If you want to check me out on Twitter, and we'll arrange to bring you to my channel when you get a chance. Thank you. And Rabbi, thank you for making me host. And you guys in the chat, thank you for taking part. And remember, this is the format. So when we come on, try it's the same format each week. So if you come up with ideas, keep them in your head, and then next week, then when I ask you then round one to start, bang the ideas out. The more we get out, then I have a choice. I can choose from different ones. So we're not kind of doing the same ones all the time. So you have a week now to decide. It's the same thing. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll even put Rabbi's instructions up on a little video on YouTube later on, so you can go and check it out. I think that's the best way to do it. What do you think, Rabbi? Yeah.
I think give it a go. Give it a go, mate.
Why not? See you later. I'll talk to you.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy the weekend.
Guys. All right.